Hey everyone, Jacob Godar coming to you today to talk about how to grow your lawn care and landscape business even faster. This is the video for if you're trying to overcome some of those hurdles, you're struggling, you've got issues where you're just like, I just don't know how to get through this challenge in my business, and these things are really gonna help with that. First, I wanna announce something that's super exciting though, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it at the end. GrowCom is going to be opening back up from the 2nd to the 6th of March. We've got a lot of people on the wait list. We've had a lot of people inquiring about getting in the group or when is it gonna open so they can join to really kick off their season. And I just had to make that announcement really quick here before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video. So we'll talk more about it at the end as well. Number one most important thing that I see totally underutilized is getting around good people. Virtually networking. Don't mean just showing up to a B&I group or a networking group where everybody sits around and drinks coffee and does the bullshit pass leads, which by all means is great. The sales aren't always going to necessarily fix your problems. Your problems are coming from things and bigger pain points where it's like, how do I not ever have enough money? How do I not have the right people? How do I get to this next level? Because this challenge, it feels like such a huge burden. I don't understand how I'm going to get there. Those are the actual problems. So going to a B&I group is not going to fix that. And so when I say networking and getting around the right people, I mean finding other people in the industry, going to other business owners. I mean being around people that are doing things and having things that you want to have someday, talking to them about that. Because your $100 problem, $500 problem, $1,000 problem, $10,000 problem might seem massive to you. But to someone who's dealing with $100,000 problems, $1 million problems, they may be able to just say, here's the pieces you have to put into the puzzle to make your issue go away for you to get closer and closer to where we're playing at. And that's what I mean about getting around good people. So really masterminds, groups of people that have every intention of growing and building and or like I said, people that you already know are successful. And this can be in any way. You can meet these people in person. You can find people in your area. You can go to conferences and groups. I mean, there's so much stuff that you can do to get around these people. Grade the people you're spending time with if you're really wanting to do what this video says, or you're wanting to grow your lawn and landscape business faster. And grade the people you're going to be around. Am I spending a bunch of time complaining about my problems to people who are doing less than me, that haven't had the challenges I've had, that haven't went through this, that could ever offer any help? It's kind of like an employee sharing with one of his co-employees his problem when he's not taking it to management. It's not gonna fix the problem. So find people in your local area. With technology now, we can connect with people all over the world. Find people that are doing something that you want to do and then learn from them. Ask them for questions, ask them for help. And a lot of times, yeah, it's probably going to cost money because people that have spent the time and have shed the sweat and tears are going to value their time really high. And I don't know, you might find a mentor that's just looking to help someone, or you may have to pay for that mentorship. I don't know the answer to that, but know that this is the fast track to flying forward, getting answers. Number two, a really big one for me, this changed my business. I've seen a lot of people get into business, especially with the lawn and landscape YouTubers and everything, and talk about the challenges and this and that, and keep singing the same struggle over and over and over again. Well, there's all the information in the world to go out there and start self-educating. By all means, find people that can help you, but also don't lack on your self-education. Don't be spending so much time figuring out what mower, what excavator, whatever to buy. Spend a lot of time also on how do I educate myself. So what books do I read? What things do I put into my mind? Because my mind is like a garden. If you don't tend your garden, weeds will grow. You have to make sure it's not filling full of weeds because you're not nurturing it with good information to grow that seed and to grow your company. So there's so many books out there. I suggest reading hard copy books. If you don't have the time because you're in the field and you're trying to grow your company, I suggest audiobooks. You know, a lot of the work we do, if you're just out in the field, like you can listen and you can learn a lot just when you're listening to an audiobook. I learned more through self-education than I ever learned in school at all. That's why I've got such a hang up with the education system for a lot of things is, yeah, I learned some basic stuff, but I make more money than any of the teachers that ever taught me. I learned more than they ever taught me in a shorter time by self-educating. This is a really big gold mine that you can't overlook, and you can't spend too much time, just like you don't want to spend too much time with the wrong people. You don't want to spend too much bandwidth, thought process, thinking time on the wrong bullshit. Leave that time for self-education, because if you're trying to grow your business, you are only capable of what you know. You don't know what you don't know, and without further education, without constantly investing in yourself, you are always going to be the limit of your company. Your company can only grow to what you can envision, to what you can see, to what you can comprehend, to what you have educated yourself to be able to go after and overcome, right? So do not become the bottleneck. Educate yourself. This is huge. So we're going to talk about GrowCom a little bit more because it's an option for this, right? To wrap this up, it's getting in groups. You know, I kind of hit on that a little in the first one because this is still getting around good people, but this is more of its own little thing. So there's conferences and there's all this networking, cool things you can do to get around other people and mentors that can help you one-on-one. Even more exciting is some of the groups that are out there that are available. In every industry, in anything you're in, you could be an artist, chef, you could be whatever it is. And you could find a group on Facebook. You could find a group somewhere where you can pay a small monthly fee and you can be a part of that group, and you can now be with people that have skin in the game. That's the biggest reason that I love groups. Like I'm a part of the Lion's Den, I've been a part of Arte, some contractor groups, and all of them require you to have skin in the game, that monthly payment, that monthly fee, whatever that is. And that eliminates one of my biggest problems. There's a lot of groups out there that are in forums. There's no cost to get into that group. And what you end up with is a bunch of noise, an echo chamber of victims or people that bitch about the same stuff over and over. The game is to not bitch. Once you grow your company, if you haven't grown a company yet, and maybe it's just you running your company right now, once you realize you start having employees, they start bringing issues to you, and you start understanding how frustrating it is when people bring issues or they bitch or complain, but they don't have a resolve. Like all those contributions online where, hey, I talk shit about a situation, but I don't see any resolve. I'm just adding negativity. I'm stacking negativity into this pit. That's a horrible, horrible situation. And that's why I love groups. So GrowCom falls into this. Like I said, Arte, Lion's Den, there's so many groups that are good out there that you can be in, where that skin in the game has effectively eliminated the people that just want to cry and whine. Because the people that cry and whine don't want to invest in themselves, don't want to further their education, don't want to become more. A person that bitches, a person that talks shit about a situation, like, you're not going to see people doing more than you or growing that are doing a lot ever doing that, because they don't have time to sit there and cry and whine. They're solving problems and they're moving on. They're not contributing negative bullshit to other things. Just the small admission fee for a monthly fee or whatever that is eliminates all those things. In closing this, we're going to talk about GrowCom a little bit to say what we have in here for the lawn and landscape industry, and we've got people outside of that. It's really business focused and whole life focused on how you're growing all the sectors of your life, because your lawn and landscape business is not just you mowing grass. It is not just you doing landscape. It is so much more than that. Like everything about your health, your mentality, like what you're doing to improve yourself, your person, contributes to the foundation of your whole company and everything that you're building. So that's why we really focus on all of that in GrowCom. A lot of the amazing things we're doing in GrowCom, like the landscape estimating course that we just released in GrowCom, we're actively always putting stuff in GrowCom. So these are the things that you can see. These are the things in GrowCom that you can go to and you can use. The second you get in, information like that, something for the lawn and landscape industry, and it works for any industry, so I can't say that it's not just lawn and landscape, but a lot of it's geared towards lawn and landscape, is if you're out there and you're struggling trying to write emails and information for clients because you really want your business to look professional, because you don't want to look like every other lawn care company, we release all of our email templates, all of our email information, all of our customer communication stuff. There's documents in there on how to do those things, how to connect with those people, like how to communicate effectively, and all you would really have to do is copy, edit names, information, and then put this right to work in your business. Honestly, the documents alone are worth more than the small fee to be in this. I have to really put this together and tell everyone about this because it's a short window where we're opening this. We've realized that not just leaving this willy-nilly open all the time. We really only want A players, and my coach says this, and it's the truth. I only want FWs. What is an FW? It's fucking winners. There's no room for anyone else. I don't want anybody else that's not wanting to fucking win in the group, not wanting to contribute in the group. It's a waste of the group's time, the people we're building, and the things we're building in this for everyone. And so being a fucking winner is a requirement. Beyond that, I can go on for days. The communication of having people to bounce ideas off of inside the Facebook group. You know, if you're a platinum member, being in the masterminds and then having the hour Q&A where it's, you know, free context of going over issues, problems, meeting with one of our professionals we bring in to talk about whatever sector it is in the business, in life, or whatever on the mastermind. There's just so much stuff. So it's going to be open for a short time. If you're interested in this and that you think that this could help your company, definitely get on the wait list so you're one of the first people to know. And then if any of our information has ever, like any of these videos you've watched, any of the podcasts you've listened to, anything I've ever created, we as a company have created, have helped you, have touched you, share that with someone, whether it be through just a direct message to them, a text, or share it on your story, or share this information to people that need this help, because that's the only reason I do this. I just want to help people. I want to inspire people, and I want to help people to do more. And I'm willing to run through fire to learn as much about the pain and the struggles of what I'm building so I can share that with other people, and other people can do the same. They can have whatever they want. They can build a company faster.